What's up, everybody? It's theRCLman here. Welcome to another Rec Room update video thing. This is the gifted edition, version 1.98, but also 1.97. They patched it like immediately after they put it out. So either one of those. This is the version for it. Although I guess everybody would have that. Anyway, they added a whole bunch of stuff in this update. It's kind of split up into two parts. We've got one part that is for the players, people that actually play the game, and that's actually the smaller bit. And then the bigger bit with a whole bunch of stuff is for the creators, like people who make rooms and stuff like that. So we're going to jump into one of the rooms here, and then we're going to just check out all the different stuff that they have for the update, okay? So for the gifted edition, I actually have a clip of a friend gifting something to me. Essentially, you can just, anything that you can buy on the store with tokens or... yeah, anything you can buy on the store, not anything that you get just from boxes and stuff. But you can give that to somebody else. You can send it to them anonymously. You can also, if they already have an item and you want to send it to them, you can't send it to them. So just make sure that they don't have whatever that you're sending to them. Let's see. Other than that, the only other thing for the players, the first player section here, is going to be the capture point room, which I think Rye Guy was his name, and then Marissa, they worked on it. It's still a community room, not like an official rec room, but it's really fun. You should go check it out. I have just a small clip I'll show here of us enjoying it. It's a really fun game type, and I hope that they expand on it and make it a little bit better. But you have a team of 3 people. You have 3 teams of 2 people, and you go in there and you have to capture a point. A lot of the systems that they developed or made to go with that room type that they decided to make, that's where a lot of the creation tools that I'm going to show here later, that's where they all come in. But enjoy just a short montage of a clip from a stream the other night. And then when we join back, I will be in another room, and I'll be going over things that they did for creators.
Watch out! What?
Team is new.
Ah!
GG. Got you.
Thank you. Oh no, it didn't give me. Okay, alright. Let's go get the point back. Oh, that was so close, man. Where's it coming from?
Oh, GG. GG.
Alright, coming back. Oh my gosh. Alright, so that was everything pretty much for the players. It's not a whole lot for the players. Most of it was for the creation. So as a player, you get the gifting system, and then you've also got the capture point, which was actually pretty fun. Let's see. So, but for the creators, this is the second part here. This is the bigger part here. They've added in some new chips to make things easier. Like I said, they kind of made all of these chips thinking about the capture point room that they made. So that's kind of where some of these come from. First, we have the game rules chip, which is actually a huge chip that adds so much. We'll just check it out. It's got about 20 pages, I think 19, 20 pages of actual things you can mess with in the game, like how you revive people, what kind of different modes you want to be in, how you revive people, what you do, like what guns they spawn with, how long until they respawn, where do they respawn, what team are they on. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. There's the state machine chip, which honestly I don't quite understand. I'm gonna go check it out and see if we can get a little bit more details on that. Circuit boards, which I'm actually excited about, or if I was doing a lot more creation, I feel like I'd be more excited about it. But that one, you have like 20, chips all together to make something happen. You just stick them all into one chip, and it would make it easier. Bevels. So bevels we'll look at later. It's just kind of when the edges used to be, whenever you would make things, they used to have these round edges to them, these round corners. Now they're going to have sharp, straight corners, and we'll take a look at that. There's a long list of other things that I'll read off here. So you have more control over audio samples. You can kind of control more when you start and stop the audio. Let's see, and what channel it goes on to, like if you want it to be in music or if you want it to be in voice. Another thing you can mess with when it comes to game rules is you can mess with the radios. So like in Rec Royale, when you can hear your teammates no matter how far away they are, kind of stuff like that you can mess with there. We'll go through some of the highlights on that one. Let's see here. There's also a player revive chip that you can use. I'm sure that'll probably go hand in hand with the game rules chip as well. Let's see. And then you can also mess with settings for like how far you want people to be able to teleport in your room, how far they should be able to jump, along with their speed like you used to have. And then also beacons. If you look on the new map, they have beacons. This beacon that you have to capture, they've essentially given you the ability to do that. But let's just go check out some of the rules and stuff on the game chip, Sony, because I know that's going to be a large section here. I'm going to check out State Machine chip. If I'm honest, I don't quite understand that one, and then we'll combine them all into circuit boards. We'll check out some bevels. We'll do all that. First one here is the game rules chip. This is the really big one. It's also a bigger chip. Look at how big this thing is. Let's see here, and let's just check to see what this says here. If this config is active. So what you can do, if you have multiple configurations on this, you can have multiple game states, kind of like how in charades you can do it either as teams or you can do it as just one list of people. It's kind of like that. You can, once you find the scoreboard, you can like select your game mode, and this is where you decide all of the different ones here. So, I mean, there's, 20 pages, so this can take a while. We'll just kind of go through some of them just to kind of give you an idea. Manual game start. So when you go in a normal room, it has that scoreboard there, and once a certain number of players come in, that's when you can hit the start button, right? And that's essentially what these do. They let you decide, hey, how many people have to be in the room before that start button is able to be hit. So that's kind of what these do here. Again, you can have another one of these. If you have another one, you can name it a different mode, and then on the scoreboard, you can change between the two different ones. Let's see here. Click this if you want it to just automatically start. So if you want the game to just start, once 5 people come into the game, you want it to just automatically start where you don't have to hit the start button at the beginning. That's kind of what all of these are for. And you can do them this is the same as this page, it's just for manual or auto. This is how many, people in the room, or this is how many people have to be in the teams, or how many actual people have to be, in the actual teams. That's kind of what all these are here. The play voiceover stuff here, this is all like when you want coach to say things like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, game end, or like game start, or stuff like that. If you want her to say those, then that's kind of what these are here. Let's see here. So this one right here, game start cooldown, that's going to be, if you want it to give you 10 seconds after you hit start for the game to actually start, then that's kind of what that is. This is how long the game has before it ends. Again, game ends, how many seconds do we wait until we respawn back at the beginning? This one right here, once the game starts, you respawn. So a lot of these are like self-explanatory. This one, join in progress supported. Do you want people who join the room to be able to just join automatically? Let's see here. This one, again, like I was saying earlier, when there's like, hey, I want it to start automatically when 5 people are in this, if you have this checked, if somebody leaves and it turns down to 4, it'll automatically end the game. Let's see, team count, that's pretty self-explanatory. Team size, team selection method, I actually like that ability. You can choose where when people spawn in, what team they get put on. You put them on a random team, you put them on the smallest team, largest team, one with the lowest score, highest score, what do you do there? Let's see here. This one right here, explicit team selection, I believe that's the one where you get to actually go to the board and choose what team you want to be on, where you actually get to choose. Team outfits, that's the red and blue things, the vest thingies, that one. Show open slots on the scoreboard, that's usually there's a scoreboard and it has a bunch of lines. You can do you want to see all of those lines, or do you want to add lines in as people come in? Let's see. Team beacon method. I don't quite know what this is, if I'm on the beacon stuff. This is new. This is a thing that they just added. Here, let me go through this and I'll show you the beacon as well. Opponent beacon method, again, like I said, they created all these with the new game mode that they made in mind. Team radios are the things I was talking about, where you can hear your team regardless of how far away they are. And you can actually change how far away that you want them to do that. At what point do they start hearing? At what point do they not? This is people's max health. Now, max health, even if you change it with the other chips that you can put in the game, the max health one right here, that'll be the overall max health. So even if you have another chip out here that makes the health more, it will stick to what's in the game room, this chip. You can do that with shield as well. Let's see here. This one right here, I believe, is for like team kills. So like, do you want friendly fire on or off? That's what that is. Let's see, auto health. Which one is that one? Auto health. I think this is the how much do you get auto health. You have to check it, but then this is like how much health do you get once you're revived. I believe that's what that one is. Also, you have the ability to make yourself invincible once you respawn for a certain amount of time. Let's see here. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory. Some of them are a little bit confusing. Let's see. This one. What kind of mode do you want to have revived? Do you just high-five them, or do you have to do a full handshake? How long of a handshake do you want to do? You know what I mean? What kind of... This is... I think I mixed this up with the one earlier. How much health do you get once you get revived? So these are all things you can just mess with these. You know, this one here, which I didn't know was a thing, reviver invincibility. So if you revive somebody, do you want to be invincible for a certain amount of time after you revive somebody? Let's see here. You can change how long you want the handshake to be to revive somebody. Oh man, I got a lot of these wrong. Let's see. Team friendly fire enabled, so that's my bad. HUD enabled. That'll change stuff you could see. Let's see here. So, I mean, just a lot of different options. You can go through them yourself and kind of see, you know, what spawn points do you want? What equipment do you want to be in your hand? Either this hand or this hand whenever you respawn. Let's see here. Broken equipment. There are certain things that you can break, like pots and stuff like that, and plates and stuff. If you want those to respawn, they respawn by default. But, you know, if you want them to be permanently destroyed, you can do that as well. Infinite ammo that was on the other page, like your what's it called? Like in Rec Royale, you don't have infinite ammo. It's kind of like that. Let's see here. Now the out of bounds stuff. This is more like with the ring in Rec Royale. If you do out of bound restrictions, you could say, hey, you know, how long are they allowed to be out of bounds? You know what I mean? Kind of like with the ring on Rec Royale. Yeah, I don't know what these are, but yeah, so there's just a bunch of options for this chip, and you can mess with them as you see fit. I feel like you really need multiple people in the room to be able to do that. But let's see here. There's that one. Where's the other one? The other one is the state machine, which I'll be honest, I don't quite understand. We're just going to look at it here just to see. So we've got this one, which is state, and then we have state machine. So I don't quite understand what these are, but I'll look through them just to see. Enable value 1, value 2, value 3, which would be, I guess, on here, right? Value 1, value 2, value 3. Time in state, which I guess is where you just... Okay, minimum time in state. On change. Yeah, so I don't quite understand this chip. You have to talk to somebody who does more map stuff about that. But that gives you at least a little bit of an idea of you know, what it looks like and stuff like that. There's also a player revive chip. I saw there. Where's that at? Where's the player revive chip? Player revive. Roll mapper. Game chip. Respawn. Player revive chip. Let's see, what is this? Revived player number, reviving player number, okay, team number, revived player health. Interesting. Okay. So then you can also, you can do the circuit board. So let's just throw like 5 chips out here. And then when you do these circuit boards, what you have to do is, or select that one, and that one. You see the 3 dots pop up, and it'll give you the option, it should give you the option to... If it'll recognize it. Well, won't it recognize it? Hold up. let's just, there we go, create circuit board. Boom. And there they go. They're all in here, and you can, I'm sure it'll label like which ones are in, which one are out, everything like that. That's pretty convenient because, you know, I know that you can put like 20,000 chips making a game. If you could just compact them all into one, that'll make it super easy. Not only that, you can publish this. So if you don't want somebody to, you know, I guess figure out what your circuit board is, and you just want to put this here and say, hey, this will make it so, you know, whatever, you can just publish this by itself, and then that'll make things easier for creators, I guess, but then also a little bit harder because it leaves it a little bit less control. I don't know, but they did add that, so that's a pretty cool feature. Let's see, and then the last thing they added some new things you can spawn in, so some new props that you can spawn in. You can now do health potions, which you couldn't do before. You can do shield. Where's the shield at? Shield potion, you can do those. You couldn't do those before. Where's the beacon at? Look, you can get a bunch of these. I don't know if these were here before, but a bunch of the wood things, you can do those. We're just spawning everything in here. Let's see, where's the beacons at? There were beacons here at one point. You can, yeah, you see all these. You can spawn all these now. Look, you get a bear. You couldn't get a bear before. Let's see here. Toys. Anything new in toys? Nope. Let's see. Creative. Nothing new in creative, huh? Where's the, here we go. Beacons. Okay, beacon. There you go. And beacon, it looks just like a spawn point. But what you can do here, if you make a... Where's the chip at? Where's the chip at? Make a real quick... Just a real quick... what's it called? Put a button here, and then we'll do, we'll do this, and then we'll go, I probably did that wrong, but what is this one? On, off, color, okay. So that'll change the color depending on the number that you put in there. And of course you can scale it, you can do all that fun stuff. What is this though? What is that? Beam height. So you can actually change the height as well, which is pretty cool. Let's do that. Hold on, let's set you down. We're gonna do beam height. There we go. Look, it's gonna get higher and higher maybe. I don't know, I can't tell. Anyway, it changes the colors. You got a lot of color options here for your beacons. Honestly, I think that's about it. They may have added some other stuff I didn't get to, but it works pretty much. This pretty much works the same way as a light would. All right, everybody. Well, that's gonna do it for the Rec Room 1.98 update, or 9.7, however you look at it. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the streams every night at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be doing Rec Room on Wednesdays and Fridays, so come join us there, and we'll have a lot of fun. Yeah, theRCLman out.